1019 KACQ.
Good afternoon. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news. This newscast is service of Hoff Power Ranch and Supply. It was a very quiet weekend for LPD. Officers bounced around town on multiple reckless driver complaints, including 2 in the 800 block of South Key, 1 by Walmart, the 1000 block of East 4th, and on East 190 and County Road 3062. A 54-year-old Lampasas woman was arrested in the 600 block of South Chestnut for possession of a controlled substance. And other than that, dispatchers sent them out to cool off a fight at Putters and Gutters and a harassment complaint in the 1300 block of East Central Texas Expressway. The county booked in a 53-year-old Daniel Thomas Claus of Austin on a harassment charge. Lomita had a quiet weekend, kept herself at a disturbance, responded to an alarm, worked a civil matter, and went out on a structure fire, a harassment call, and a livestock issue. County deputies had a few suspicious person calls, a fight in progress, and were sent out to Cove to clear a wreck. Stick around, more Lampasas local area news is coming up next.
An old friend the other day lives in a town about 40 miles from here. Hadn't seen him in a long time. Glad to renew the acquaintance. After talking old times for a while, I asked him why he was in town. Said he came here every so often, mostly to go to Hoff Power's Ranch and Supply to pick up feed or renew his feed contract. Really, I says, do they treat you right? Oh yeah, he says. I check around on prices here and there, and they're right on down there on cattle feed, especially if you contracted. Store inside's pretty good too, he says. Get your blue jeans or a pair of boots if you need them. Better selection of clothes and ranch stuff too than you can find around here anywhere. Pretty good recommendation, I thought. Hoff Power's Ranch and Supply.
As the number of Lampasas residents receiving the COVID vaccine continue to grow and the community returns to some semblance of normalcy, that has local business owners scrambling to find employees to fill slots. From restaurant owners to construction companies, hotels, and car dealerships, business owners here in Lampasas and around the state are having a tough time serving their customer base. If you're looking for a job or a second part-time job, employers say now is the time. Some employers say that extra $300 a week in unemployment benefits the government is handing out is keeping people from returning to work. Those who normally would be looking for employment are making more money in government handouts than they would if they went back to work. The J&J vaccine pause isn't putting a crimp in the number of shots Texas will get this week. TSN's Barbara Schwartz explains.
The state is slated to receive 1.9 million doses in the Moderna and Pfizer vaccine. Chris Van Dusen with the Texas Department of State Health Services says that's about the same as the week before. More than 44% of eligible Texans have gotten at least one jab, and over a quarter of us are fully vaccinated. He says those big hubs are being phased out.
We've really seen a change now with the federal pharmacy program, and we've been able to allocate more vaccine to pharmacies and doctors' offices and those other kinds of local providers. And so I think that's making it a lot easier for people because that's where they usually get vaccinated.
1.9 million doses doesn't include vaccinations taking place by the federal government, like the Department of Defense vaccinating troops or the VA vaccinating veterans. Barbara Schwartz, TSN.
If you still need the COVID vaccine, the city is offering free Moderna vaccines from 9 to 1 this Saturday at the high school cafeteria. It is by appointment only. You can go to the city's main page at lampasas.org to sign up. The second dose clinic for the vaccine will be on May the 22nd. That too will be at the high school cafeteria. Last week, ERCOT raised a lot of eyebrows when it called for Texans to conserve energy during a time we normally don't use a lot of power.
ERCOT, keep in mind, can't make any investments, can't force people to be ready to go. There's no carrot and stick for ERCOT to employ on generation companies or transmission companies.
Here's say the way ERCOT is being operated provides no guarantee we won't go through more power cutbacks like we had this past week. In sports, Badger baseball fell to Stephenville 1-0 on Friday in the last of 3 series with the Jackets. The boys still have 2 more games to play before they wrap up district, both of those against winless Glen Rose. The first tomorrow night at home with the first pitch at 7, and you can hear that game live on KACQ 1019 or at lampasasradio.com. Around the district, Stephenville sits on top at 7-1. Badgers come in second with a 6-4 record. Brownwood at 5-4, Gatesville at 4-4, and Glen Rose sits all alone at 0-8. Lady Badger softball stunned Stephenville on Friday, destroying them 15-4, with 10 of those runs in the first inning alone. The girls still have one more district game to go, and that one's tomorrow on home turf against a hot #1 Glen Rose team, with the first pitch at 6:30. You can hear that game live on KCYL 1450 on the AM side, or at lampasasradio.com. Around the district for the girls, Glen Rose sits undefeated at 6-0. Lady Badgers come in second at 4-3. Brownwood at 3-4. Stephenville with a 2-4 record, and Gatesville at the bottom with 1-5.
109 KACQ.